Hey, welcome to Body Talk, and today we're going to talk about a healthy lifestyle. That encompasses a lot, and we've got Nurse Marlene Childers here to help me explore that subject. So, we get a two. Glad you could stick around. Today we're talking about a healthy lifestyle, which could be a lot of different things. And these are probably self-help things,
Pretty
correct?
much, yeah. It's all about diet and so forth, our lifestyles.
Mm-hmm. Activity and what we input.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
What we eat.
That's right.
Garbage in, garbage out,
That's right. It's all about what we eat and what we do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll start with talking about 4 steps to a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
So we're starting off a new year here, and I just thought maybe it was something that we needed to address, and maybe
Sure.
for our
Everybody's trying to
viewers.
improve.
They are.
know.
And of course then that starts to kind of, go
Lose focus.
Yeah.
To say the
Usually
least.
about April or May we start to, get a little tired of it. But it's about what we put in and then what we do with what we put in, the energy, So let's just see how well our audience measures up, and even us, on what researchers say is 4 keys to healthfulness, okay? First one is, do you smoke? So if you smoke, you need to try and, stop that habit.
Yeah.
That can be done through many ways, of course. Chantix is a prescription medication that helps smoking cessation, and so it's on the market, and it's worked fairly well for some people that I'm aware of who have stopped smoking and got free of the cigarettes through Chantix.
The only thing I don't like about smokers is when you go to the doctor, then that's where they stop. You go in, you're coughing or you feel bad or whatever, and then are you a smoker? Yes. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
No, well, there could be other things.
Yeah. Well, they
And
just check that box,
Right, but that's a catch-all. Well, that's why
It
you're sick. Like, no, it's not. I'm not a smoker, but I see this with other people that they just quit thinking after you say you're a smoker.
Yeah. Kind of like give up on you, almost like.
Yeah,
kinda,
well, you're a write-off now.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you know you're going to die? It's like, well, we're all going to die.
Right.
At least I know why.
But, yes, and it seems like every time you go to the doctor, they ask you that question. Do you smoke? Have you ever been a smoker?
Is it not in my chart?
It should be documented that you are
Because
not.
they ask me the same questions every time I go in. It's like,
Right.
The nurse asks you and then the doctor asks you. It's like, I just said that and it's not in my notes.
Well, and
He's trying to trick me up.
And then I know, right? And then they should even take it, I think, another step further and, talk about ways of, getting off of them or so forth. Now, this, I do know that this Chantix that has probably been around for, I think, maybe 4 or 5 years now on the market.
You see pretty good results with it?
Yes.
How about e-cigarettes?
I
kind of looked at that like
I know.
the easy way off or something, but I don't know if it's less of an off than more of an on-ramp.
Because see, you've got the nicotine. You know, you can get anywhere from 0 milligrams of nicotine to 16 milligrams of nicotine in those oils. Or
Right, and then you got this thing called popcorn lung you can get. I don't know if that's worse than smoke.
That's scary. So, you know, I did have a few of my friends that instead of picking up cigarettes, they were picking up e-cigarettes. But they were coughing and hacking on those worse than what they were hacking on cigarettes.
Oh, so they moved from cigarettes over to that?
Yeah. But anyway, long story short, you know, they became addicted to that. So unless you're just vaping, just a vape without the nicotine, I still have concerns about that just because we don't know what's in that oil or
They haven't been around long enough.
Correct.
And there's a lot of different manufacturers. I don't know if there's a lot of standards set in place at this point.
And probably not a whole lot, you know, because really I don't think even the FDA has really looked. I mean, they're realizing that teens, this has become a very popular, you know, vaping is
The new
pretty
cool
much
smoking.
for the teens. The teens are, you know, high users of vaping. And so I don't know what's going to happen there because
And you
we
got to
don't
watch
really
what kind
know.
of batteries you use too, because they'll flame out in your
Well,
pocket.
yeah, I mean, you know, there's been a few instances on TV where you know, it's burnt people's
Right.
thighs, because where they put them in their pockets. So I'm not sure that's an answer either. But I'll tell you what, and you know, I really think Chantix it's helped a lot of my friends. You know, I don't know, but you know, we're both middle-aged, and so back in our day, that's what kids did. They smoked cigarettes. And back then there wasn't all that, you know, news media about cigarettes. It was.
I never really started it. I didn't see the point.
On occasions, I would, but as I
just started at the gym on treadmills and lifting weights and stuff, and I was just kind of disappointed to see that there's no place for my cigar or my bourbon on the treadmill.
or your pipe.
Yeah.
Did you ever smoke a pipe?
Yeah, I've tried that.
Yeah. Now, okay, so when you smoked a pipe, did you inhale?
No.
No. So it's just like a cigar.
Just taste only.
You don't really inhale a
No.
cigar either,
No.
right? So you're just kind of puffing on it, and that's
Right.
it. Yeah. Okay.
And usually outside, so it's not in the room
Oh,
or
I
anything.
know.
So
Well,
it's nothing worse than a stale cigar.
Yeah. My uncle used to smoke a pipe, so I remember going, and you know, it was always in the house. You could
Right.
smell as soon
And that
as you
smells
walk
good.
in. Well, you know, I went into a tobacco shop when we went to Pigeon Forge one time, and man, I walked in, and I mean, that tobacco, all those different
And the flavors
scents,
and stuff.
yes, it was pretty. You know, it was pretty good smelling in there. So,
Okay, so quit
but
smoking.
smoking, yeah. So that's the first one of 4 to see how you measure up to researchers as about how healthy you are. And then next question is, do you maintain a BMI of 18 to 25? And so I'm not real, this BMI stuff, like
I think there's healthy for different people.
I do too.
Sort of like blood pressures range different, and cholesterol ranges
Right.
differently for different people.
And so I think, you know, if you feel good about the way you look and you're at a healthy weight and you're tall, and because there's different body frames, so you may be a smaller frame than some guy with a larger frame. I mean, so your frames,
right?
There's a variance between your frames, and so.
Well, one way I measure it is, which I'm a little bit overweight, is can you tie your shoes and breathe at the same time?
and not be grunting, right? When you bend over. Oh, I mean, or bend down to pick something up and you're, oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that a few times, probably post-surgery, but not.
Yeah, just when you bend over to tie your shoes, your belly gets in your way and you can't breathe as deeply, and you have to take a break in between.
In between those ties.
Right.
Huh? Yeah. Well, I've not been there, other than.
You're a lot smaller than I am.
Well, I hope to keep that as I get older too, because I have found that the older you get, the harder it is to
gain weight,
to get that off,
to get it off,
to get that weight off.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you hit 30, when you hit 40, your metabolism slows down. It's like when I hit 30, I couldn't eat nearly as much as when I was 20.
Yeah. That's right.
But the thing is, okay, I scale back at that point. Well, it still keeps slowing down.
I know, and pretty much you only think,
when you're 70, then you eat like a bird.
Well, I can't wait for that time, though.
So mind that.
I like to eat.
Just because you used to be able to do this stuff at, when you were 20, 30, 40, and you get older than that, you got to scale it back because I don't know,
your metabolism.
Is your body just better at doing things?
Well, I don't know if as long as you keep everything up that you were doing in your 30s, but
yeah, the activity level.
Yeah, but no, that doesn't happen. I'm very active. I walk every day.
I don't walk as much in this weather. It's very cold today.
Yeah, but I've been walking on my treadmill, so I went and got a treadmill, so that's helping. Sometimes I do get bored on it, though, so
and with the treadmill, the thing, everybody wants, I'm going to the gym, like I said, maybe we can speed you up and get you running. It's like, I'm not running.
No, I'm not running.
I am not running. That's a lot of jarring around.
Yeah.
And I think some studies have shown that walking is just as good.
That's what
I
my
do
doctor says.
is raise the incline.
Yes.
Go up a hill.
Yes.
At the same speed.
Yes.
And if you want to go a little bit harder, raise it up a little bit more.
Right. And so
you don't have to
getting your heart rate up at that time, which is what we need to do.
And most of these things have heart rate monitors.
Yes.
So what's a good heart rate?
Well, okay, what's your resting
I know we're probably
heart rate?
Skipping ahead.
Okay, what's your resting heart rate?
I don't know, if it'd be 70.
Okay, 50 to 70. So let's say it's 70, okay? So when you're on the treadmill, to get the cardiac workout that they want you to get, you need to get your heart rate up to 140. Now that doesn't mean the whole time, just at 2-minute intervals perhaps. Get that heart rate up and keep it there for about a minute and then slow back down. So if your
and do this for like 20 minutes?
Yeah, off and on. Yeah. Yeah, because you want to get that cardiovascular workout.
Because at this point I'm doing like, I don't know, 130, 135.
And that's
good. 125,
so,
130.
So if your heart rate's 60 or 65, then you're getting up there.
Okay.
So you want to double, you want to double what your heart rate is. So
and does your heart rate increase whenever you get older, or just when you're out of shape?
Well, when you're out of shape, because let me tell you, I get these student athletes in health services, and when I get heart rates on them, like I'm hearing ba-boom, ba-boom, I'm thinking, come on, let's beat, come on, ba-boom. So they are very conditioned.
Would you say it's about a 40?
I've seen the lowest probably I've seen is like 45 or 46.
Okay.
And I asked them, is this your normal? And yeah, they're athletes, so they're gonna run, you know, low.
Right.
Low. I mean, but I'm thinking, boom, boom, I'm waiting for that, you know. I'm like, come on, beat, because, you know, I get a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, they're very in shape. And so if your heart rate is in the 60s, I mean, that's better than your resting heart rate being in the 80s or 90s. So that tells
so would
me
a
that
70-year-old be up that high?
Yeah, well, you know.
But you wouldn't
so,
want to double them. I think there's a thing where you take your age off of it or something.
I'm not sure about when you get in your 70s. How I really, that I don't know. We would need to ask somebody that's some kind of athletic trainer. I'm not sure about that. But people in their 70s, when they come in, because, you know, I see employees here on campus too, and I mean, they run anywhere from 60 to 80, so, you know, and then there's those who have, you know, a fast heart rate, and that can be occurring from a thyroid condition or anything like that, you know. But
so what else we have?
well, do you eat at least 5 servings of fruit and vegetables daily? Now that's 5 servings of fruit, 5 servings of vegetables. Those are real important. And also then the last one is, do you exercise? 30 minutes or more 5 times a week. And I'm really trying to do that. I mean, I'm juggling 3 jobs right now.
Right.
My mother and my husband just had shoulder surgery, so I'm having a difficult time trying to get that in.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to make that a priority for me, you know, because
Right.
I need some kind of stress releaser, and so, you know, that walking helps get all my, you know, and I feel better after I do it. But it
Yeah, I
gets
do
all
too.
that stress off me, you know. So those are just some things to think about. I know just for fun, coming up with your own personal top 10 list of healthy behaviors gives you something to think about and work on. So I recommend that anybody that's watching us to, you know, take time out today and just write down 10 healthy behaviors, basic behaviors that contribute to wellness in your life, you know, and satisfaction on your
And that can be like meditation and
Absolutely.
that sort of thing. But you
So-
need to get that activity in there.
And
And
just-
one of my things, advice to people is use it or lose it.
well, and
If you stop
yes.
using your mind or your body or any type of functions, you tend to lose that.
It's going to be harder for you to get back to where you were, you
Right.
know.
So if you
And
sit
it's
around a
just-
lot, get up and do
Yeah,
something.
it's just like, you know, you or I having surgery. I mean, I think
Oh,
we
right.
both had a couple procedures last year. It wasn't a very good year for neither one of us last
Right.
year, was it? And so I don't know about you, but it took me a while to get back to where I was.
Yeah, when I had my arm surgery, it
Yeah.
was months
Yes. And
of
so-
rehab and different things to get the range of motion and everything.
Yes, and so, you know, that took a lot of patience for me to realize, whoa, you know, I'm not young anymore like I was, because used
Yeah.
to you could bounce back pretty quick.
Right.
But I'll go through here 10 list of healthy behaviors that this person wrote down. Brush and floss daily. You know, if you're into your teeth and want to keep your teeth and gums healthy, that's what you need to do. Brush and floss daily.
You only got one set, and they gotta last you a lifetime.
Yeah.
And my grandfather never brushed his teeth. He died with a full set of teeth.
Oh.
But he used the toothpick after every meal.
Oh.
You know, just went over every tooth, and that did as much or more than brushing did.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Was his teeth real yellow?
I can't remember. He died in the 80s. But he was 93.
Wow. Gosh. Wow. Never brushed his teeth.
No, just use a toothpick all the time.
Amazing. Wow. Get a good night's rest. Now, you know, that's so important, our sleep, our rest. I know.
That's probably the first thing that'll make you sick or get a cold is just being tired and lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep. Yep. Not taking care of yourself.
That's something I've changed. I'm trying to get I can't stay up till 1 and 2 in the morning working anymore.
I know.
So
I'm there with you. I used to
pace
do
myself.
that. But here it says, well-rested people not only cope better with stress, but they also have better control of their appetites. Now, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So, in other words, if you lack sleep, that can put out hunger hormones and make you hungrier.
Well, if you're sleeping more, you're not eating as much.
I know, right? That's what I said. That's because we're not
I'm
eating.
awake more, so
That's right.
I need another meal.
Enjoy regular family meals. And so what this is telling me, you know, don't eat out. You know, don't eat the fast food. Don't, you know, enjoy home-cooked, healthy meals.
Most of the places I go, they cook the meals. It's not a fast food thing.
Yeah, I'm not into fast food anymore. I used to eat a lot of it in my younger years, but no more. I try to cook. Smile and laugh out loud several times a day.
Okay, that means don't watch the news.
Yeah. Yes.
Watch something else other than the news.
That's right. Golly. Yes. Do you ever watch that Ellen Games?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Now that makes me laugh. Meditate, pray, or otherwise find solace. So you got to find what you know helps you.
And part of the thing with meditation and some of these other things like yoga is learning how to breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe in at a controlled rate to the maximum and slowly let it out. You know, you're not hyperventilating or anything, but it's controlled breathing, and when you're concentrating on that, you're not concentrating on some other things.
That's right.
And you're oxygenating your blood. And
correct.
That helps a lot.
Yes, which is going right through your heart. You know, you're oxygenating your blood and getting your heart oxygenated with good blood. Get a pedometer and let it motivate you to walk. So, did you have a Fitbit? Or?
No, I can't. I don't like those things.
Okay. What about a pedometer? Do you see? Well, you're on
the
treadmill,
I've got my phone.
So you got that. Oh yeah.
If you carry your phone around with you all day, then you can check the heart thing.
The steps too. Right. Yeah. And
best I ever did was 10,000.
I know. Isn't that good? That's good.
But that's not every day.
Well, are you close to that?
No.
No, well,
not every day.
Okay. Well, now.
When I go to the gym, yes. Or when I have to walk around campus. There was a day where I went across campus 4 or 5 times, and then went to the gym that evening.
Wow. So you felt good that day then.
Yeah.
Do you feel good after you walk a lot and?
Other than being a little tired, yeah.
And you sleep better? Do you sleep better at night?
Yeah, I could go home and take a nap after that.
Yeah, I sleep a lot better. Stand up straight. You'll look 5 pounds later if you stand tall and tighten your abdominal muscles. So work on that. And yoga's here. Power up the protein. Okay, you can make, protein can be an essential part of your eating. It can make up 10 to 35% of your total calories. And protein's significant in that it lasts longer in your belly, so you don't eat as much. You're not as hungry. So protein, is a good combination with high fiber foods and makes you less hungry and you don't eat as much. So I've been trying to look at that, you know, eating a lot of peanut butter and
Yeah.
and
Nuts at night,
yeah, nuts.
and not too
fruit.
much carbs, spaghetti, and
Carbs.
such.
Yeah. And then, you know, they talked
And
about
sugar. I think sugar is a thing.
Oh, sugars.
You know, the doctors say watch your salt. I think sugar is a bigger
Sugar.
problem than
salt.
sodium is.
I agree. I definitely agree with you. And you know, I feel like I've got to have something sweet every day.
After, you know, after I eat, I like to have a piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, "Are you still hungry?" It's like, you don't have to be hungry to have chocolate.
A piece of chocolate.
No, it's just a little
Right.
sweet treat after dinner.
I buy those little candy bars, those little Hershey bars,
Mm-hmm.
and then just one or two, and I'm good, you know. And you can get the dark
To satisfy
chocolate.
that sweet tooth. And dark
Yeah.
chocolate's better.
Just running through here quickly. Is that what? How
Yep.
much we got? Just, you know, talking about antioxidants and aging. I encourage you to eat berries. Use olive oil when cooking. It's an anti-inflammatory, good fat. Fish. Fish is called brain food. Beans. These are nutritional powerhouses. They're win-win all the way around. They have fiber and they help lower your chances of heart disease and diabetes. Vegetables, we've talked about those, real
And
important.
different colors of vegetables, not
Oh,
just the same.
right, and yes, that's correct. Dark leafy vegetables have vitamin K for strong bones, sweet potatoes, so as many different colors of vegetables as you can get in. Nuts, you mentioned nuts, and nuts can help lower LDL and raise HDL, the good cholesterol, but they're not fat-free. So about 24 nuts have 160 calories, so you need to enjoy them in moderation. Dairy, milk, you need milk as part of the calcium.
I don't like milk, but I eat cheese.
Yeah, and then yogurt helps with digestion, and whole grains.
And that's one thing. Oatmeal tends to, like, I think, soak up the cholesterol.
And oatmeal is awesome for cholesterol. It can lower your cholesterol. It's good, heart healthy. They tell you eat like the Greeks, and so the Greeks are people who live near the Mediterranean, and they regularly eat olive oil, fish, vegetables, and whole grains in their meals, along with an occasional glass of red wine.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's all the time we have for this time on Body Talk. Stick with what you're doing. If you can get a healthy way of living, stay with it. And, you know, the pounds may not like drop off, but the slow way to go is the best way. So
yes.
thanks for watching.
Okay, keep heart healthy. Thank you.